been a while. Back again, though.
Finally.
Yep. I'm sure we said that last time.
That's what we say every time.
I say it every time.
Yeah.
We keep having these long breaks. It's supposed to be like every 2 weeks we do a podcast, but it's like every 3 or 4 we ended up doing them.
Yeah.
So we just get busy.
Got things to do.
We've got things to do. We've moved to a new place for the podcast. We were able to have guests here. We were able to record more. It's just easier for everyone to come here. You know, we still haven't got the whole studio cleaned out. So, you know, we can't obviously have guests in, and it's, you know, everything we have here hasn't been properly moved in, but we'll get around to that. Yeah, but sometime this year we'll start getting guests in. But yeah, we've finally moved to a better place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying we've died.
We moved on to a better place.
Yeah.
Away from fucking penal colony Australia.
Ah.
Oh, God, it's bad.
The way this country's just going is just...
Yeah, especially with the floods. How about that?
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, what annoys me the most is that we had many years to prepare for it, and I don't think we did anything. I'm not saying it couldn't have happened, because it was inevitable, I think.
Yeah.
The floods. But
This was a record breaker by like 2 meters. I think it was in Lismore. Same thing with Murwillumbah and like Mullumbimby. I can't speak. Yeah. They flood, but they got it pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, they said this was like a once in a 100-year flood, but then they also say that about the 2017 floods.
They said this was a once in 1,000-year flood.
No, I think the last one was the once in 100, and I think the most recent one was the 1 in 1,000.
Yep.
Is the next one going to be once in 10,000?
Yeah. It's just going to get worse every time.
Maybe.
Hopefully not. I don't want to say that, actually. I hope that doesn't happen.
Great, you've caused the next big flood. Yeah, well, all these people blaming Scott Morrison, but if Bill Shorten was elected, I think there still would have been a flood, like almost 95%.
Yeah. It's like we'd have a Labor government in, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't flood.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
So everyone blaming Scott Morrison, as much as I hate the prick, everyone blaming Scott Morrison for the floods, it's stupid. You know, I don't know if it's climate change. What do you guys think about it?
That's what everyone says. It's like climate change. Look, I've said it before. I think we could probably do a bit better environmentally, but if like these things happen,
Yeah,
like,
it happens.
Weather events happen. It's like just because there's a flood or something, you know.
You can't attribute everything to global warming.
Yeah,
Or climate change.
which is what they do. You know, maybe if we cleaned our act up a little bit, would it maybe have been not as bad? I don't know. But, you know, you can't just say like all of a sudden we've had like a fire, like the bushfires. I said that about the bushfires. They're saying about the floods now. They're saying it about storms. Like, oh, yeah.
I think Australia's always had bushfires, though, really, haven't they?
We have. And we've always had bad weather because it's just because we're a hot country. That's what heat does, is it? You know, we've always had bad weather. We always have had storms, heavy rain, floods. It just happens.
Yeah. And you can thank the Greens for making the last bushfires even worse.
Yes.
Oh, is that because they cut funding to people who burn bushes, right?
Backburning, yeah.
Yeah. It's like they say that they support it, but, you know,
Like
not by their actions.
Doing backburning is like integral for the Australian outback. Cause
Did the Greens really stop that? Like, stop the backburning?
I haven't paid too much attention, but like,
When do you ever pay attention to anything, period?
yeah, I haven't, in the past month, mate, I've paid attention to nothing. I'm just like,
Staring at the wall.
giving my thoughts. They're like completely like, I just haven't been paying attention yet.
Your thoughts are
I
just, should I
haven't
breathe
been
right now or
paying
not?
too much attention either. Like I've only really been researching that stuff for like the past week and a bit.
Yeah.
In
Good job.
preparation for
Alex is just
this
doing all the work.
episode.
Yep. Oh, no, I haven't been doing any research either.
And somehow we still have like at least something that's sort of interesting to say, which is just funny.
Yeah. That's pretty
Imagine if we actually did. I need to start paying attention again.
What if we actually acted like professionals?
No.
No.
How
That
about no?
requires
Yeah.
effort. Floods are pretty depressing.
Yeah. It's been
Bad talk
terrible.
about- Yeah. We'll cool this down a bit. I gave Dan a mission. I told him to find some bad Twitter takes. I think he's found, was it 18?
Yeah.
No, maybe choose the best 6. Or if we're on a roll, we might even keep going. But yeah, just choose like the best 6 out of all those, and just we'll go from there.
All right.
Let's hear some Twitter takes. These are his opinions. Like, this is his opinion on the bad Twitter takes. We haven't heard these before, so we'll see how it goes.
First one.
Yep.
It's about China.
Mm-hmm.
It says, anyone who says China's not that bad is in another universe. Do I need to repeat myself? China has lifted 800 million out of poverty. The US government is committing economic genocide against Afghans, driving 7 million children into starvation. China is a light of hope for mankind.
Oh my.
Oh, this reminds me, I should have remembered, but on Facebook, it comes up with suggested for you, and I looked and it was like a communist page, and this was like just horrible because they were saying like Joseph Stalin was good and that it was funny that the kulaks died, and it was pretty messed up. And I thought,
you just got to completely ignore the take he just gave you.
About how
I get what
China
you mean.
is a light of hope for mankind.
China is a light of hope.
And they've lifted 800 million out of poverty.
They've lifted 8 million people out of poverty, but they've put millions in the ground also.
Yep.
Especially the Uyghurs and the Tibetans.
And they would probably
Or
be
anyone
better
who
if they
says
weren't
anything bad to Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
So,
Definitely doesn't look like
Jesus
Winnie the
Christ. That must have been a bot account, man. That was really bad.
Yeah, after that one, I kind of just hopped off Twitter for like 2 days. And I was just, nah.
You just ever see a tweet so infuriating, you just want to throw your phone. That's one of those
Okay.
ones.
If I can find this communist page again, I'll find it
We get
and
it.
go through it.
We get
It's
it.
really messed up.
You're a closeted communist, okay? Just come out, man.
Okay, fine. I'm a communist.
Yeah.
Now, I got another one here. Now, the tweet itself is a poll, and the poll itself isn't a bad take.
Isn't a bad take.
It's the people who voted yes to this
Yep.
poll. That's like
So that's
the
it.
30%.
Yeah.
Free speech is essential to a functioning democracy.
Yeah.
Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle?
No.
30% said yes.
30 people.
Not 30 people, fuck. 30%.
30%.
30%.
30%.
I don't know. That's sort of, it's a significant amount, but it's still like
Thank God it's not the majority.
Yeah, 70%
still
said
a way
no.
off the majority. So
Yeah.
it's sort of a bit worrying, but it's not that worrying.
Yeah.
Look, all speech is free speech. As much as I don't like this Russian propaganda on Twitter and all these people supporting, Ukrainians being displaced, it's still an opinion. Just let it be, man. If we censor all this, it might make people think it's all suspicious.
Yeah.
And if you don't see certain sides to a certain argument, you just get narrowed and biased in opinion. So it's just, I think we should, no matter how bad the opinion it is, let it be said.
Yeah. I think that sometimes if you censor something, you can actually embolden the people that are,
Exactly.
if someone's ideas are terrible, sometimes the best thing to do is let them represent, like put their own terrible ideas out there, and then everyone will say, okay,
Well, free speech doesn't mean you can't go, let them talk. It means you can still criticize people and still say your opinion's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can still do that. Just let them talk.
Yeah.
You can't just go, you're stupid, and they're not even allowed to say anything back about their own argument. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's just see how that goes.
Yeah.
Next take, my dude.
Next take.
Next take, my dude.
Okay. This one might be a little bit. I'm so thankful that I didn't get the jab. I caught COVID and I fully recovered like the other 99%. I know that my immune system works and I won't die of heart failure, AIDS, or HIV.
Wait.
Well, I respect someone's decision to not get vaccinated.
Yeah.
I don't think they're putting AIDS in the vaccination.
Wait, are they saying they're getting AIDS from the vaccine?
Yeah, we were talking about this on the drive up.
Oh.
Apparently, people actually think that. You can speak about that because you know more about it. But
because he has AIDS himself, yeah.
yes, yep,
Definitely.
he got it from you.
It's a little bit conflicting with this whole, like, is the jab causing heart failure?
Yep.
Because we're not really sure yet. I mean, like the whole, like them saying, oh, these healthy athletes are getting, falling to the ground. It's like, well, your body can just kind of give up, even if you're healthy. It's rare, but it can happen. And athletes like cyclists are actually more prone to it because they are constantly having higher heart rates.
Yeah, but people are saying they're seeing this more often.
I think that.
Do you think they're seeing it more often because they're paying more attention to it?
Because they're fat. That's why. I'm joking. That's me.
What does that have to do with anything?
I think they're paying more attention. That's what it is.
Oh, you're saying that because people are making fun of athletes. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that in like the Western countries now, because we got an abundance of food, we're all getting fat and we're all having heart attacks and obesity rates are going up. That's what I'm saying.
Because I mentioned to him that like a person said on Twitter that like heart attacks and like heart failure have gone up by like quite a bit in the past couple of years. It's like because obesity rates are rising.
You're right. Did you hit your hand?
None of you would have seen that because there's no video, but I accidentally was being an idiot on my chair and I jammed my hand into the table.
When are you not being an idiot?
Probably never.
Yeah, why do we even have you here?
I don't know.
We're not bringing you next time.
Okay. just leave me in the insane asylum.
The gutter where we found you.
Yes.
The insane asylum in the gutter.
Locked it like in those drains. I'll be like in one of those drains looking up at you.
Do you remember our presentation we made for school? We had to choose a place we were going to go to.
Yeah.
And we chose Alaska.
Oh my god! And I said mental patients or something.
Yeah, it was like
a risk.
It was like
I was supposed to remove that.
You were supposed to remove it. Yeah. So me and Daniel, we had a presentation, right? And it was like, choose where you'd want to go to in the world. We chose Alaska because we wanted to go to Alaska. And in risks in going to Alaska, he left at the very bottom as it escaped mental asylum patients, was it?
Something like that.
So I was just reading it normally, and then I was just like, escape mental asylum patients. And everyone's just like laughing their ass off.
And I'm just sitting there red-faced like, okay.
And the teacher's like telling the class to calm down and everything.
And it's like saying, that's not actually a risk.
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. It's not funny though. Russia invading Ukraine.
Yeah, that's not funny.
I didn't think it would actually happen. Honestly, I did not think it was going to happen. But it did. It actually happened, man.
Yeah, I was at work talking about like how the escalations were happening. It's like, and I said to some of my work like mates, it's like, oh, it's probably not going to happen. 30 minutes later, get the notification. It's like, oh, bloody Russia has started military operations, in quotes, in Ukraine.
Military operations.
Mm-hmm. They're not calling it a war.
Yeah, not many people. Obviously, everyone on Twitter, but the media's not really. Stop pointing at the cat.
There's a cat that's came over to join the podcast.
Do not give it a mic. Ignore it. Ignore it like it's a tumor on your wrist.
Yeah, because you should ignore that, shouldn't you?
Yeah, ignore it. So eventually it will go away. It will not get worse.
Eventually you'll go away forever.
Okay, that's bad advice. Don't take that advice. Yeah, so
you'll be able to hear that on the podcast. You'll be able to hear meow.
It's just a cat. Oh well.
Yeah.
Screw that cat, man. Yeah. So Russia's invaded Ukraine. Ukraine is holding up a good front.
Yep.
And who knows how long they can last out for? But they are really kicking Russia's ass.
Yeah.
I think they've got a whole Russian army encircled on the outskirts of Kiev or Kyiv, one of the two.
Kiev.
Yeah, but I think Kyiv is how Ukrainians say it. I think Kiev is the Russian way of saying it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I don't know. I don't get paid enough, man.
I think.
Don't you dare. You think what?
I
You think Russia's based?
No, Russia is not based. They're cringe. I think apart from the problem of innocent civilians dying,
Yeah.
is what I'm seeing on Twitter is the whole the justification of why Ukraine is being invaded is the Nazis.
Oh yeah, that's the Russia's main justification, denazification. Yep. Which is bullshit because the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, is Jewish. But I guess one of the main things is that there is a battalion under Ukrainian command, which is not the Nazis, the Azov battalion. I think Azov battalion. But I think they had to do that to restrain them in a way. As much as I don't agree with the battalion, I think they had no choice. It was either make them an official battalion or have this rebel-like group going around shooting people on their own accord. You know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
So I guess it was a smart option to at least rein them in a way, keep the control of a commander, and just have them run around shooting people.
Yeah, fair enough.
And another problem would be I would say, misinformation
On both sides.
On both sides, because both sides have very conflicting.
Oh man, being on
reports.
Twitter right now is just painful.
It's I want to believe that Ukraine is holding out, but we really don't know. But you can't also just say they're just laying there and fucking.
Because they're definitely not doing that. No.
Yeah.
They're doing really well. Yeah, they are doing really well.
But Russia's a big country.
Yeah, and
I think I saw something saying that Russia wants to end its military operations by May 9th.
Because that's when they ended the war with Germany, was it? Or kicked them out of Stalingrad?
Yeah,
something like that. Because it's like an end of Nazis Day thing.
It's like their victory day over Nazis.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Ukraine can keep going past that.
But it's also worrying because they want to end it by then. So what will Russia...
I think they'll just get more angry and start doing crazier shit.
Yeah.
I think by now they should realise no one's going to help Ukraine. So I think if Russia went full on with it, they might even get away with it.
Yeah.
I'm talking, big weapons.
But I did see an article. I didn't actually read it from the Daily Wire that Joe Biden did imply that he was possibly going to send people there.
Oh, it was probably misspoke. I've seen the video. He said to I think a US airborne division that I can't wait for you guys to see the Ukrainian women and children there or something or whatever. See the Ukrainian resistance there. But that's also implying that this airborne division is going to go into Ukraine.
But then
I don't think
he doesn't
meant
know
that
what he's talking about half the time.
Rambling Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. I think it would have just been misspoken.
Yeah.
But I also said Russia wasn't going to invade Ukraine, and they did. So we'll just see where that goes. Because it would probably mean World War III if the US does get involved.
It would.
That
would be terrible.
Because that means NATO, and then China and North Korea both said they will go up militarily against the United States. So that won't be too good, will it?
No, it won't be good at all.
I'm just annoyed at the fact that there's people saying that Ukraine wants this. I mean, sure, there's probably some Ukrainians that are pro-Russian.
Yeah.
But why are hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians fleeing their homes, apart from the bombardments?
Yeah.
If they want it, doesn't seem.
Yeah. I'm sure they really enjoy having their kindergartens blown up. Yeah, that's being sarcastic, obviously. But
Oh, was it? I couldn't tell. I thought you were being legit, man.
yeah, I was being legit. I think that sounds fun. I think being in a building and having it blown up is fun.
Yeah.
And I think Russia's not even trying to hide its bloody war crimes right now.
Yeah.
Just bombing that, was it the theater?
That were the kids in it.
Yeah.
And there was literally in writing outside the building saying kids and women inside. And they still blew it up.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't care. Putin's a psycho.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
Well, Russia's trying to... sorry, not Russia. Ukraine's trying to take back Kherson.
Kherson.
right now. One of the major cities Russia's taken from them, probably the most major.
Yeah.
If they're able to take that, then I don't know what the hell Russia's doing. They keep losing commanders and colonels and generals. It's not looking good for Russia. But then again, they've got more people and they've got more divisions. And probably got more supplies. It's just not looking good for Ukraine. I don't know what the option can be other than a peace settlement, one which Russia wouldn't let Ukraine have a nice peace deal. Something that's going to happen, like Zelensky will have to be removed, or the military has to be desized, or certain things like that. It's I think it's going to be a bad end to this conflict.
Yeah, I think there definitely is a possibility that it gets worse.
I don't think Russia's going to back down.
Yeah.
There's too much pride lost if they back down.
I think it's just going to get worse and worse the closer we get to that date that they set.
Yeah.
They're just going to get more and more aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they might go past it. I wouldn't put it past them to keep going.
Yeah, I think they'll go all the way.
Yeah.
I think they'll go all the way. Whew. That's depressing, man.
Yeah. What's next?
I never
on the
really
list?
thought I would see like I know like the Afghan war and Iraq wars. Like I didn't support those types of wars too much.
Yep.
I don't support this war, but I never thought like. Would you classify this as like more of a major war than Afghan war?
Oh my God, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I never thought I'd see something on like this scale, like
In our lifetime.
in our lifetime.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
get
it's
what you
like, I thought we'll be heading towards.
I thought we're all mature enough not to go to war with each other.
Yeah.
Clearly not.
I think there is definitely the potential that a lot more people get involved, a lot more countries get involved.
Belarus might officially get involved, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's another big ally of Russia. They're involved, just, not officially.
Yeah.
All right, let's move
Big,
on.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
rest
we've
of
been
this
talking
fun.
about that for 2
We're a fun podcast, aren't we? Come on.
Yes.
You know what's fun to talk about?
What?
Plastics. So New South Wales is they're going to ban single-use plastics this year. From June the 1st, they're going to ban lightweight plastic shopping bags.
Yep.
From the 1st of November, they're going to ban single-use plastic straws, cutlery, plates and bowls, as well as expanded polystyrene foodware. What do you think about banning plastics?
Well, what are we going to replace it with?
Other plastics.
Yes. Yeah.
Good point.
I-
Continue.
Do you sort of know much about? I don't really know anything about it, but like apparently you can make like plastics out of hemp, and apparently it's really good, a lot like better quality material, and it's not as destructive.
Isn't it really expensive though?
I don't know. I do not have any idea.
I don't think they could make hemp.
And hemp grows really fast too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think. Is it hemp plastic?
There is such thing, and apparently it's better.
Oh, I didn't think there was. I know there's hemp bags and certain materials and yada yada, but well, maybe everyone should be using hemp then.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't take what I say as gospel because I don't know.
But do you think the government has the right to intervene and ban these things?
That's sort of where I start to. That's where my, I start to question.
Yeah.
Like, what are we just going to let the government do everything?
I could just imagine he walks into a supermarket and his favourite food's not in a plastic tray anymore. And he's just like shaking it. And he's like, the fucking government.
Government intervention.
I think it probably would help not to use so much garbage. Like we don't have to produce. But yeah, I do question if that's the role of the government.
Yep.
If that's what we should let them do.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a sticky situation. What do you think, Dan?
Well, I think, we definitely need to reduce the amount the way we use single-use plastics. But at the same time, it might also not be up to government intervention.
Yeah.
Like, I think it should be up to the individual.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair
And
enough.
also, like, the company, I guess, behind, like, the packaged product.
Yeah.
Like packaging in a way that's more environmentally stable.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well,
I think there are sometimes we just like use plastics when it's like completely unnecessary.
yeah.
Yeah, when it's like, yeah, you probably didn't have to. And I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I use plastic bags a lot.
I think these are plastic cups.
These are glass.
Oh, they are glass.
Glass.
Throw it against the wall and we'll find out. Don't do that.
Can I
Don't
throw
do
it
that.
against my head?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Please
It'll be
do
really
it.
funny for the podcast, but it won't be really funny for me. Wait.
I wonder what everyone listening would think right now. Well,
I'm
they're not
tapping my
listening
glass
right
to
now,
see-
but they will be listening.
I'm tapping it to see if it's glass or not. It's plastic. I think it's plastic.
Oh,
That's how we waste time on the podcast.
that is.
Well, they're mainly talking about single-use plastics. So I guess plastic that can be reused is still a good thing,
Yeah.
or is it still bad for the environment to make or produce?
You do have to use oil and stuff like that.
But you have to use oil in many things, man.
Yeah. So if I don't see it as that bad if it's something that's actually going to last for a long time, although still eventually it will have to be thrown away. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be better to find something that's actually like has the same qualities as plastic, but that won't be as bad when we have to throw it away.
Yeah.
Or something that can be
We'll have
reused
to do a lot
better.
of research. It'll be costly, but
Yeah.
I get what that means. Like as a libertarian, I do think that the government should intervene in nearly everything in day-to-day life. I don't know on what spectrum of the libertarian. I don't know where on the libertarian spectrum I am.
Yeah.
But I just know I don't like big government intervention, and I love guns and do drugs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I do see that there can be bad things about single-use plastics and how it's affecting the oceans and all this trash and all this crap. So I do think even privately funded research for combating this would be a good thing,
Oh yeah, of course.
which I think a lot of hemp companies are doing anyway.
Yeah. If they can make a better product, then let them do it.
I think
Even if you love plastic, you can't really be against that if they're going to be making a better.
Is there anyone who actually really loves
like
plastic?
they're passionate about plastic bags?
Yes, plastic.
Yeah.
They called him the plastic spastic. I can't say spastic anymore. I'm sorry. Oh, it's going to get cancelled. No.
Why can't we say spastic?
Because it's, is it people with cerebral palsy?
I thought it was spasms, like you have.
Yeah, people with cerebral palsy, I think.
Yeah, but
So
they're
you
not the
can't-
only people that have spasms.
Do you have spasms?
No.
Well, hold on. Why is spastic rude?
You're looking this up, okay.
2 words need to remove from your vocabulary. Spaz and spastic. Oh no, retard. Oh, okay, I'm saying all the words.
But we're not using them to insult people. We're being educational about
Yeah.
it.
So don't be retarded about it, you spastic.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked.
We are.
Right, let's get into something else. We've talked about plastic for way too long.
Okay, what's next?
Have you heard about phantom honking? Do you know what phantom honking is?
Yes.
It's stupid.
This is from an article from the CBC Ottawa. The trucks have left Ottawa, but phantom honking lingers for many downtown.
Good.
What do you think about these people with PTSD from the phantom honking left over from the...
Wait, do
freedom
they
colonies?
actually think they have PTSD?
Yeah. I've seen some people on Twitter talk about it.
That's
They can
all I have to do is sigh. That's all I can do.
So, it's pretty bad.
Weak.
Weak.
Like,
You got nothing to say.
I
Everyone
don't-
at this table is just so disappointed.
You have PTSD because of lines of traffic and honking trucks.
Well, look at the dude. Look at him. That's the next soy jack, right?
Can I
there.
read that? Can I read that thing?
It's literally what I just said.
Okay.
The trucks have left Ottawa, but phantom honking lingers for many downtown.
I thought it was going to say he had PTSD or something.
No.
Okay.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, comparing to yourself who've actually been through real traumatic experiences to someone honking a horn.
Imagine going up to like a soldier who just got back from war, and like
We're like the same, man.
yeah.
I had
It's
someone
like-
honk at me
like-
once, bro.
Like,
yeah.
like, Man, you think seeing your friend get blown up was bad? I heard honking in the street.
Or someone who's gone through fucking years of abuse
Yeah.
from another person. It's like someone, I heard honking during the night and I couldn't get to sleep till like 10 o'clock. God.
That'd be funny if Canada makes a relief fund for veterans. Like, it's for the army, right? No, it's for the veterans of the honking. And they've got medals and stuff, and they're like 50 years later, they're talking about
I survived the honking.
it. I survived the honking. I cut you off on your takes.
That's
You did.
the same people who got participation trophies.
Are you sure that's just water? Fuck you.
No, my brain has been fried for like the past 2 years.
Don't worry, I'll cut it out. No, I won't. Anyway, I cut you off in your takes. Read this one. That's a take that I think we should definitely talk about that one.
A lot of people in Ukraine crowding together inside. Only 35% of Ukrainians have been vaccinated. Less than 2% have been boosted.
I don't think you're giving us water. I don't think Alex is giving us water. I think he's giving us something else.
No, it's water, but it's the one that's flowing downstream from the gutter.
Oh, nice.
It's gutter water.
Yum.
Yummy, right? Yummy gummy water. Gummy water. Jesus. This water is screwed. Oh, no. Anyway, so I don't know if you got what that take was meaning, but it was talking about how Ukrainians are hiding in shelters together, but none of them are vaccinated. Only 30% are vaccinated.
Let's get over this already. Seriously. COVID came here like 2 years ago. You know, it's here to stay. Be careful, take your own precautions, and go back and just live your life.
Yep, that's the advice from Daniel. We'll be broadcasting on television tomorrow.
Yep. I will be
nationally.
arrested tomorrow
Yep.
for spreading misinformation or whatever.
We won't talk about the other crimes he's getting arrested for. We'll move on.
I think maybe
Okay.
2 more bad Twitter takes.
Go, my friend.
We have one here. The vax blocks cancer-fighting inhibitors. Extremely important to the body. This has been known for a while. Not all jabs are the same. They attack in different ways and were never meant to help humanity. Not one bit.
You see, but that's just going to discredit us.
This is my opinion, right? In my opinion, I think I'm iffy on the vaccine. I think it can cause issues, and I think I think eventually we'll get better vaccines for COVID. I don't think these are the best ones right now.
Of course they're not.
But there's so many people saying they do literally everything.
Yeah, I want to reiterate.
Reiterate.
This water's something. There's something in this water.
There's something in this water.
I am not pro-vaccine.
Yeah. Neither.
It's just that when these people are saying these things, they're not backing it up with evidence. They're just saying it.
Yeah.
And then people say like, oh, can you give links, please, evidence? And they just don't respond.
Just like links to their OnlyFans. That's the smartest way. Hey, advertise. Make the stupidest
Links.
take, and then just link your own profile.
Yeah. Should do that.
Yeah, it's just like, I know someone. They wouldn't let them near their. They had I know someone who has part custody over the kid, right? So it's sometimes the kid with the mum, and then sometimes the kids with the dad.
Yep.
So anyway, the mum didn't want the dad seeing the kid because he was vaccinated, and he might give the kid this like disease from the vaccine.
Oh, come on.
Or I think it was clotting the blood from being near them or something.
That's just another excuse.
That's
to
extreme.
take custody away.
Right? You can talk about the side effects, right? Yeah. I've seen a little bit of the Pfizer data sheets. There are lots of side effects. I'm not saying they take place all the time. But there are people dying of the vaccine. It's not a massive number, and you can definitely be skeptic of it. I certainly am. But to say it does everything, it's a bit
of a stretch.
Stupid. Yeah. Just calm down, take a step back, and have a look at it. Yeah. Right? In my personal opinion, I don't really want another shot until at least I know that it's a good shot. Like I'm a bit iffy on Pfizer and Moderna, and what's the other one called?
AstraZeneca.
Even though I think they're a little
And
bit
there's also like Johnson and Johnson.
We don't have that. That
Yeah,
one
no.
got
You
banned.
got
Yeah,
to
that one's
think
banned.
they have incentive to want people to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's what I always think about. So when they constantly push, Pfizer's saying you need a 4th shot, they've got this incentive for them to say that because they get money every time these countries buy bulks of their vaccines. Yeah. So there's incentive to do that. That's what I think people need to consider, that these aren't government-owned corporations. These are private corporations making a shit ton of money from this. And they would want to drag it out for a while.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that these vaccines aren't useless. You just got to remember that fact.
If they can draw it out, they get more money.
Yeah.
They'll line their pockets with. They've already got so much money.
What are you
They
doing?
want more.
You like playing with your mustache. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's all play with their mustaches.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that, Dan? You don't have a mustache? Oh, too bad.
Yeah, but it's like they've already got so much money, and they just want more and more and more and more. It's like, what are you going to do with it all?
Yeah, what do people do with all that money, man?
I sort of imagine if you're like a billionaire, like, would you really actually want to be a billionaire? Because that's like, what are you
Don't
going
ask
to
me
do
that
with all the
question.
money?
I would buy the dumbest shit. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course I want to be a billionaire, but I don't know what to do with it.
I'd just buy like a normal house, and like I'd probably buy like a big property with a normal house.
would
and,
buy,
and a
like-
car, and that's it. And I don't want anything.
I would buy so many cars.
Yeah.
I'd buy all the retro
You
sports
shouldn't have asked
cars.
us that question. Our morals will go down the sink.
It just seems empty though.
So,
I think just one more.
one more.
One more.
We'll go for it. I keep
Got my
cutting you
finger
off.
again.
Stop.
I keep jamming my hands against the table.
This water's funky, man.
It really is.
Maybe we should move again.
Heart attacks are not a natural cause of death.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Heart attacks are not a natural cause of death.
Well, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
Oh, yeah.
What do you consider natural? Do you consider it natural if you get, overweight and you have a heart attack and die because of that?
Yeah, but I guess it's a bad take because it's your body that's doing that. It's causing the heartache in a way. In a way, it is natural to have a heartache, but you can also obviously have things externally causing a heart attack. I call it a heartache, didn't I?
a large amount of McDonald's.
Like,
Heartache.
would it be
Heartache.
natural
You said that like
for
3
me?
times.
I know.
Would it be natural for me to have a heart attack because I have an underlying condition?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if I died from it, is that like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What
true.
do you that's the thing is then you have to get into like, what do you consider natural causes?
If I scared you and you had a heart attack, is that natural? No, wait,
Yeah.
it's not.
I don't know.
That's
why? What is
like-
this shit, man?
Like I don't know
we're
if
just
it's.
going down
I
like
don't
a-
even know if it's even a bad take anymore. It's just a confusing like
I'm confused.
like.
Yeah.
What would you classify it?
Yeah. What's natural and what's not natural? That's the thing.
You're not natural. Go back to Greece.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can stay here.
Okay,
Just don't ruin the economy.
okay. I get that they would say like dying from a heart attack from like a vaccine
Yeah.
is not natural, but is dying from an underlying heart condition or obesity, having a heart attack from that natural.
Okay, so I think it's natural if the death
It's not caused by like
something
an
externally.
yeah.
Natural, what I would think natural is
Like
like dying of
old.
old age.
Yeah, I
And
was about to say.
if you're old, yeah, technically your heart could give out and stop.
Okay, all right,
But-
all right. This is a crackhead thought. What if there was a way someone could make you age faster? Right, so there's a machine that makes you age faster, and then you die of old age.
You need to
Is
stop.
that-
You need to stop drinking this
Because
water.
that-
That's
No,
still a
it's-
natural cause.
No, it's not because it's unnatural. It's being aged unnaturally. Okay, we're just going to go down a rabbit hole.
You
of
need to
just
stop drinking
crap.
this water.
I think you're the source of all the cocaine in the world, honestly.
So you guys can get it. But I'm a member of the Liberal Democrats. And there was an email sent out by, I think it's Kirsty Sullivan, her name is. And she went in on what the Liberal Democrats are doing.
Yep.
This is just her opinion. I don't know if it's correct or not. But in short, she's saying that people's funds aren't being used correctly. She's saying that there's a lot of workload and not enough people caring. There's a bit of sexism in the Liberal Democrats Party. That they don't really care about the people, and then there's no structure to the party at all, and it's sort of a bit archaic.
Oh.
And she sent this email out to all the Liberal Democrat members.
Yeah.
And she quit the week before, I think. And it's just very interesting. She's already gone. She sent off this email. It's all this stuff here. As a Liberal Democrat member, it's kind of made me feel iffy. Like, I don't know how correct this is.
Yeah. I wouldn't say just leave straight away. Maybe look into it. But you know what? If that's actually turns out all to be true, I'm not really surprised.
Honestly, I think all parties are like that. I think there's bad things or good things. And the president of the Liberal Democrats actually responded soon after that day, saying that these aren't true because there isn't really bullying or nepotism or sexism in the party because they've fielded a lot of female candidates. So I don't know what to feel about this. I'm still going to be a member of the Liberal Democrats.
Yeah.
Because I still think they're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
But this scandal that's had the light of day, it's very interesting. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it helps to sort of see both sides before you do anything.
Yeah. And I've definitely seen both
I haven't
sides.
read too much into it. I've only seen like snippets, but I think what's really going to matter is the next couple of weeks after all this stuff comes out, because either more people will come out with like their side of stories, or nothing will come out and it could have just been an attention grab.
Good point.
Let's just say if that does happen and something happens to the Liberal Democrat Party, we don't really have anyone defending freedom.
I know. I mean, then you got to go to fucking United Australia Party or something.
Yeah.
You
You have to leave. No, you just have to leave Australia. That's what I think
we can't. Yeah. Oh, we can.
Yeah.
If you're vaccinated, you can fly out, bro.
Yeah.
Not if you're not vaccinated. You stay here.
I want to get out of here now. I just want to run away somewhere.
Let's run away together.
No, that's creepy. I'm not running away from you more than anything.
Look, there's been some things said about UAP. There's been some things said about One Nation. There's been things said about every party. I'm only surprised when I hear something about the Liberal Democrats. As Dan said, we'll just have to wait and see if more people come out or if more is said.
Okay.
But essentially, from what I got, it's hard to tell. That's really the outcome from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're sort of at the end now, aren't we?
Yeah. Before we leave, shut up. Before we leave, just want to say that our podcasts are actually on YouTube now.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
I didn't even know that.
They're on the shut up. I said shut up, bro. They're on the Australian Liberty Network YouTube channel. We've got one podcast up on our YouTube channel, though I can't be fucked. We've got the first one on our YouTube channel, Outback Liberty, but it's a lot of effort. I might do the others later. But if you want to see our podcasts, on YouTube at least, go to the Australian Liberty Network on YouTube. That's where they would be. Yeah, just check it out. There's other stuff there as well as the Gumtree of Liberty. Is it? God, I hope I got that right. Gumtree of Liberty Live. They're amazing guys. They're getting some big names. You know Spike Cohen?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Vice President nominee for the Libertarian Party in America was actually on one of the live streams.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting big names. Mark my words, the Australian Liberty Network will be big. Luckily, we just crawled in there.
Like
No.
little rats.
like little rats, yeah. What?
I don't know. I forget.
Shut
My mind is so screwed right now. So I'm just not even going to try.
I'm not going to drink that water
Let's
anymore.
all put this water aside.
So I'm sorry you got to see how nuts I have become. Yeah, my brain is just not working right now.
The slow decline,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yes.
Yeah, but a big thank you to everyone at Australian Liberty Network for having us.
It wasn't a slow decline, by the way. It was a very rapid decline.
All right, thanks guys for listening to the podcast.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Cheers. Bye.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.